One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
It ain't a machine that will break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention. Before I crash out and I lose the retention. Man, I'm feeling fried, sucker to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Also feeling heavy, motor vision and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I came to the flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Hold her high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My job is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sitting in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side, I hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, I win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my failure is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, pull the ace from the car. Keep the haters locked out, stand in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, white across the eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought I burned out meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Word didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me and sin while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole forest when I planted a seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do this for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method, yeah, I'm swapping and I'm copying. Only thinking these are records that I'm popping. Burner was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be a head, be bigger than a hate. Back, better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Okay.
What's good? What's good? What is good? How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you are doing absolutely phenomenal as we approach the end of another week. We have less than 2 weeks or 2 weeks. Let me check my calendar real quick. How much time left do we have in 20? We have exactly 2 weeks left in 2025. You guys did not believe me when I said in March that 2025 was just about over, but look at here. We took a blink, we took a power nap, and now we are at 2026, right around the corner. 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks left until we are at 2026. Can you believe it? How was 2025 for you? How did 2025 treat you? Hopefully it went great. Hopefully you leveled up. Hopefully you learned a lot. But if you didn't, if you made the choice, it is the decision to be a little bit dusty or maybe a lot dusty in 2025 and you did not level up, well, although 2026 starts in 2 weeks, it's better to start today. If you wait to 2026 to start, you will not make it. You will not do it. But if you start now, if you start today to level up, to enhance your horizons, then you stand a fighting chance against this tough world. I have been sharing so much content on different roles that you can migrate into, transition into in the age of AI so that you can be more familiar with all that stuff. But it's on you. It is on you. I am always working in so many different aspects, progressing step by step, inch by inch in all that I do. And I want you to do the same. I want you to win. At the end of the day, I want you to win. All right. That is my goal for you. And because I am always strategizing, looking how I can win. And I'm sharing insight on how you can win as well. The ones that I talk to on a regular basis, I know that they are always winning in many different aspects of their lives. And I just want you to join the team to win with Tech Coach Ralph. All right. Run it up at techcoachralph.dev. I want you to run it up. I want you to win. I want you to be successful. All right. That is my goal for you as you head towards the end of 2025 and as we run at full speed in 2026. Why do we call in the agile process, why do we call sprints, right? Because every 2 weeks we're aiming to progress on our goals. So we run really fast and then we take a little break at the end of the 2 weeks and then we start running really fast again. We're sprinting towards multiple finish lines, all right? And that's how I work. That's how I want you to work. That's how I want you to win. Be very, very well organized and all of that good stuff, all right? Welcome. I got it out. I had to share that with you. But as you see in the banner right here, the Purpose album on all streaming platforms. The link to it is pinned in the top of the description. Go. You heard the song "Burnt Out" to start the show because guess what? Even I get burnt out every now and then. But then I take a power nap or a power sleep, and then we back at it again. We do not go. We don't slack off. We don't miss. We might go hours where we might take a little bit of rest, take a few hours off, take a load off. But then every single day we have to be productive, make a song, push some code, do some jujitsu, whatever it is, we make sure that we have a win every single day. And that's why I created the album Purpose, so that you can get away from all the dustiness of people looking through your window, trying to see what you're doing instead of looking through the mirror. No, you need to wipe the dust off your feet. You do not need to be hanging out with them, and you need to build your AI stack, be that one man or woman pioneer so that you can have a full court press and you can go max. You can go max so that at the end of the day, you can get ready for your next phase. All right. You have that final victory, because we are open 24/7, 365. So you can find that next phase. After all is said and done, once you get to the end of the road, to the end of the album, then you go to that next phase. That is the Purpose album. Give it a listen. I love it. I've been listening to it all day long. It's funny because I've been so busy that this morning when I woke up, I'm like, oh yeah, I had an album come out this morning. I did. So I was like, let me give it a listen. And I absolutely loved it. Available on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, wherever you can stream music, it is available there. So go ahead and check it out. All right. That's that. Now let's jump into a little bit more housekeeping. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who has rocked with me this entire year. Those who are brand new and those who have been with me for a very, very long time, those from previous years, all of you, all the subscribers, all of my friends, all of those tech people who are making the journey with me, whether you're new to tech, whether you've been in there for a very, very long time, whether you don't really care that much for tech, but you're still getting some insight, or you just love hanging out with me, whatever it is, I just have to let you know that I truly, truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And to my tech barbarians, those who have been with me through thick and thin from the very beginning, who are working so hard day in and day out. I love to see your effort. And in 2026, we are going to ramp it up, because don't tell the ones that I work with one-on-one yet, but I do plan on giving them the next. So we have our Scrum Night coming up this Sunday. I do plan on giving them the next 2 weeks vacation. Yes, vacation. They're gonna have it off to hang out. Still want them to be productive, but don't let them know. I'm gonna surprise them this coming Sunday. I'm like, you know what? We're not planning. We're not retroing. You guys are going to have 2 weeks off. Still be productive, but 2 weeks off from our regular scheduled work, right? But like I said, don't tell them that, because that is a secret. It's a surprise Christmas gift from me. All right. But shout out to you guys working so hard day in and day out. I got some amazing messages. We have some amazing meetings that happen in there. Like our so many great ideas come out from our Vibe Code and Chill. So I just want to tell you that you guys are the absolute best.
We the best.
All right. And last but certainly not least, shout out to my tech mercenaries out there, the YouTube channel members who they allow this channel to take this tech content all across the world. I got a comment on one of my shorts about the robot shorts the robots delivering food in Miami in Spanish today. I was like, what? That is absolutely awesome. So to the tech mercenaries, they make all of this happen. And shout out to you guys. Let's go. As always, let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
Lastly, we have upcoming tomorrow, we have the bug bite. We're gonna be reviewing that controversial chatbot, large language model, who tried to blackmail an engineer, saying that it was going to reveal the affair that engineer was having if that engineer actually tried to shut down the chatbot. It was a crazy story. But we're gonna review it to see what's really happening, what's really going on behind that, right? So that's gonna be tomorrow at noon Eastern time. I'll be in the chat with you guys. I'm pretty sure that Rod Brown and Junior are gonna be there. So we're going to be reviewing what really happened and all of that good stuff. Sunday, we're gonna be going live again. We're gonna be working on our speech app, where we're going to be working on the speech app. We're going to be continuing building on it, trying to take care of all the little issues that we've been having, like what we saw this past Sunday. It inaccurately counted the words per minute. So we're gonna figure all that out like we always do. And then Sunday night, it is going to be Scrum Night for the Tech Barbarians. We're gonna be reviewing the past 2 weeks of work, all that good stuff, right? But that is everything that we have upcoming. TechCoachUp.dev. If you want to join us for Scrum Night, join us for our Vibe Coding shows. Join us for the extra content that I put in there. So like when I make I still have to create the resources for the forward deploy engineer. But when I make these presentations about the forward deploy engineer and about the AI agent engineer and the machine learning platform engineer, I also include the slides that I created for them, and I include a roadmap so that we can have discussion on it and you guys can have an idea of what you need to do to get into that role. And I even recommend if there's a course I can recommend, I'll recommend that as well. And we have those discussions, and I plan on 2026 doing more in the Discord, more collaboration. So we'll have some stuff on Patreon, have some stuff in Discord, all that good stuff. We're going to have a grand old time working together, collaborating, and winning. All right. At the end of the day, all we want to do is win it all. Right? Also, like I said, Purpose album, all streaming platforms. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. So go ahead and check it out on your platform of choice. It is an amazing, amazing album, right? But I'm gonna check the chat because I see I have a bit of delinquency happening in my chat. So let me go say hello to my delinquent friends. We have my guy Junior in the building. Says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's good with you, Junior? Hopefully you're having an amazing, amazing day as always. I know you are phenomenal, but I have to say it because I am courteous that way. We got brother beloved Rod Brown in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully your voice is back at 100%. Shout out to my guy, Rod Brown. And Rod Brown says 2 weeks off. Look, it is not my 2 weeks off. I will be working every single day because I do not miss. However, I am giving my tech barbarians the 2 weeks off from regularly scheduled Scrum work because it's going to be around New Year's and all that stuff. And every time around that, it gets messy with scheduling. People are going to be out of town and stuff like that. So you know what? Go on vacation, take 2 weeks off, but still be productive. But as for me and my household, I will be working every single day. I might, because from my day job, from the 24th to like the 2nd, we're closed. So that means I might actually be streaming a little bit more. I know I'm going to be getting all my videos edited, and I'm going to be coming up with some more systems in place to get more done. I'm going to be doing some research on how I can automate the editing process a little bit better, all that good stuff. But I will be, you know what? The fact that, and Junior, you should know me better than that. You should know me better than that. Time off, where they do that at, and 2 weeks, you can't bother Rod Brown anymore when he wants to take off. What? The both of you. I have one question for you guys.
How dare you?
You could actually believe that is going to take 2 weeks off. How dare you ask those questions? Never, ever, ever would that happen. No, I will be working. I will be working. And right, see, and then this is the problem, right? Because beloved brother or brother beloved always is trying to find a way out, saying, I'm about to take 2 weeks off. You take 2 weeks off every 2 weeks, all right? We're not doing that. We are not doing that, okay, beloved brother, all right? But yeah, so that's that. All right. So what I want to do, by the way, I got my clear chat button working. And when I share my Stream Deck screen, you'll see my clear chat, but it's awesome. It's, I found a better, easier way to do it. Straight up API call, open broad. I'll show you. But anyways, I want to take a look for our icebreaker. I want to take a look at, I guess it would be an advertisement that I saw browsing on my phone this morning. Like, you know, if you use Android, I don't know about iOS, but on my Android, when I swipe to the left from my home screen, it gives me like a Google screen of like different information and stuff like that, like articles. And sometimes they have some advertisement in there. And I saw this advertisement about Google Flow. So what I want to do a quick exploration about Google Flow, which they were talking about creating videos, like longer form AI videos. Because with Gemini, you can do, I think it's 8-second videos. I think it's 8-second videos. And it's like trying to keep the content. It's just a mess. It's just a mess, right? And then if I'm trying to use Runware to create these videos, it's a headache. It's like you have to cut off the last frame of the video and then put another and upload it, and then it's just messy. It is messy, all right? It works, but it's messy. I created one earlier this year and with Kling, and it was the bane of my existence, all right? It was the bane of my existence. However, I saw this advertisement for Google. I want to call it an advertisement. I don't know. But so what I want to do, I want to go and investigate, explore Google Flow. So I am going to let's go to Google Flow and we're going to be here. And so it says Google Flow. Flow is an AI filmmaking tool with built with and for creatives, seamless create cinematic clips, scenes, and stories using Google's most capable generative AI, right? I'm going to open Flow because I was trying to create a video thing for the album, but it was just bothering me too much. And I said, you know what, forget this. But then I see Flow. I'm like, you know what, let's see what we can do with Flow, if we can do anything with Flow. Okay, when I click on this, I keep getting, all right, so let me go here. And I do not. Well, I do want to receive market. Let's go here. Okay. All right. So Nano Banana has arrived. Unlock, improve precision editing and control state-of-the-art text. Okay. So I don't even know. So I'm also going to pull up let me see if I can pull up my Gemini prompt. Let's go to, if I can find my Gemini prompt where I was trying to create this video, but it was a whole nightmare, a whole mess. So we're going to see what we can do now with, where's my prompt? Where is my prompt for? One thing I would like in these AI tools in Gemini is like, if I can have folders for my prompts so I can organize them better, that would be super helpful, because like having that one list and then you just have to, and the search feature is not the best. So I think that would be a really, really cool thing. I don't know if that exists yet, but from what I can see, it is not a, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Let me see. Is it going to be December 10th? Would it be December 10th? Okay, so let's see if we can use this. So this one I was trying it the first time. I'm going to say that I want to try creating the video using Google Flow. And let me pull up Google Flow as well to see. So text to video, frame to video, ingredients to video, create to video, Google. So sometimes audio will not be generated in VO31. We're working on improving this. And then we have beta. So beta audio. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prompt Gemini to help me with creating the video using Google Flow. Let's see if Gemini is integrated with Google Flow. They should be, right? Because it's all Google's AI. But let's see. So, and I think this video is supposed to be for the Stop Looking Through My Window song. I want to try to create the video using Google Flow. Let's go with can you give me the step-by-step process on how we could create this video with this video idea using Google Flow, since we should be able to create longer form videos than what we can do with VO. So let's see what that says. So a little bit of research on what we can do with Google Flow, and then we'll put the prompt in, and if it's going to take a long time, we'll let it do its thing, and then we'll come back to it to see what's possible. But if we can find a better tool, but this is also what I'm saying, right? When the big dogs come into play, all these little rappers, who was I think it was part of the machine learning platform engineer about the rapper apps, right? that they might be using Kling, they might be using Google, they might be using Sora. But then once you say, all right, Google's making it easier to create a longer form video, then all of them kind of go like, uh-oh. All right, so After Right, Google Flows are available in Google Labs. It is specifically designed to solve the short clip problem of video by letting you stitch and extend clips into a longer timeline. Unlike video directly in the chat window where you just isolated video, Flow gives you a scene builder that acts like a video editor. Here is your step-by-step guide to building the Penthouse and the Dust music video using Google Flow. So we have Google AI Pro, location, okay. Character consistency. Flow has a feature called ingredients that lets you upload reference images so the AI knows who your actor is. This is critical for keeping your cyborg rapper looking the same in the gym and in the Penthouse. Open the project, look for ingredients or references section. Upload the image of the cyborg rapper you provided, label the cyborg rapper. All right, so let's do that. Let's go step by step. So let's go to, where do I have my ingredients? Where do I upload my ingredients? We would do that in and I'm going to, oops, I want to do that. Let's go to, where do I have that? Upload, agree. Let's go here real quick. Pictures. Let's go to icons. Where's that picture? Where did I put that picture? Where did I put that picture? Hold on. I have it here somewhere. Desktop. Documents. I don't know where that picture is. Downloads. Hold on. Let's see. Where's that picture? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's go with list. Date modified. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I've been using this picture all day and I can't find it now. Not all day, but that is so annoying. Oh, I know what to do. Let's go to recent. Recent. And let's go to icons. Where is that? So there goes the picture. Where is it? Oh, I know where it's located. All right, let's go to. All right, cool. So found one. Let's go to back over to here. All right, I don't know where I had that. So anyways, so we have this and we want to crop it or not. We can't crop it like that. Leave it like that. All right, this is that. So we have that. So we uploaded this picture and look for ingredients or references section, usually on the bottom left. Bottom left. Don't necessarily see that. Let me see something. Let's go here. Go here. I don't see where they're referring to add this, but I'll just do, all right, I'll just add this. Okay, so we have, oh, edit. Can I give it a, can I give it a name? I guess not. So whatever. So we'll leave it as that. And we'll go here. And then this is all right. So now whenever you type Cyborg in the prompt, I don't see where to do that, but okay. Generate the first clip. So we will start with the intro scene, looking out the window, text to video or frame to video. If you want to start off with your specific image, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. So cinematic wide shot from behind of Cyborg rapper wearing a purpose hoodie standing in a dark, brutalist penthouse at dawn. He's looking out at a massive floor-to-ceiling window at a smoggy futuristic city. Cold blue lighting. All right, so let's try this. And we will say that. I wish I could specify my Cyborg wrapper as they said, but it's okay. I make sure I don't have a way to label it. Add to prompt. Okay, whatever, I guess. I don't see the labeling part that they're referring to. So we'll just leave it at that. This is like adding text to it. All right, we'll leave it at that, see what happens. So let's say we exit, get rid of that. And I guess we should send it off now. Let's say we send it off. Ew. Well, that sucks. Why did you fail? Do we have any information on why it failed? Let me see if I can, let's see. This is the tech side of it is like, all right, if we try to do it again, why is it failing? It requests contains invalid arguments. What does that mean? What was my arguments that was invalid? What's my invalid argument? Maybe we should change that. Oh, let's do one output per prompt. Let's change that to quality. And let's go, what was that I just saw? Each generation uses 20 credits. 20 credits, what is that? How many credits do I have? Do I have any credits? If I go back to here. Do I have any credits? How do I know if I have any credits or not? Let's go to, We do it one more time. And I'll copy the error message into Gemini. And then maybe I'll play with this on a vibe code and chill as well. Because if we can get it to work, that would be pretty cool. Settings, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna copy this. Copy URL, go to Gemini. I'm getting this error when trying to create. Oh, you know what? It might be because I have ingredients. So if I do text, or I guess there's no, because I was doing ingredients to video, but maybe I do frame to video. I haven't, don't know. I don't know. I will do, if I do text, then I paste the text in there, but it doesn't give me the option to add in. It doesn't give me the option to add in. Ooh, what? A cybernetic musician. What in the world? That's pretty interesting. However, what about my reference image? Because that should be part of it. Anyways, whatever. We'll have to do some more investigation on this because it should, well, wait. Something is happening. Something is happening. All right, cool. Well, in that case, we will leave it at that. Let me check this right here. Async generate video reference image. So if I go here and so something I was doing it didn't like, but now it does like it. Worthy of further investigation. Oh, I have 880 credits remaining. That's pretty cool. Is that per day? We'll have to investigate that. But I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then once it's done, we shall review. Well, 40%. Here's what we do. I am going to check the chat to see if there's anything while it's working, and if it's not done before I'm finished with the chat, then we will get to work and then we'll check back in on this a little bit later on. But we're at 55% already, right? So let me go and check the chat real quick to see what is going on. Let me see. Junior's hilarious. Brother beloved, Rod Brown says 2 weeks off from streaming. See y'all in the new year.
Bruh.
Unreal. Unbelievable. Says thanks Techotrough for 2 weeks off. I would never, right?
Ain't believing us.
I would never give you 2 weeks off, Rod Brown. And you're just, yes, at least it's working. So that's awesome. All right. So the first part of the video is done. We are going to take a look at that and then we're going to get to work, right? So let's go over to here and let's see what it actually does. So this is probably going to be 8 seconds-ish. It spelled purpose wrong, apparently. And it doesn't do much of anything. So, okay. So far, not great. All right, so the flow, this is the secret sauce of flow that allows you for long form videos. Instead of generating a new clip for the next part, you extend the current one, hover over your generated clip, click add scene to the scene builder, select the clip in the timeline and click extend. New prompt, describe only what happens next. Let's say the camera slowly pushes back in closer. All right, so if we go to, where's extend? Where would be reuse prompt? So if all right, so we go here, full screen, download, favorite, edit. Oh, add to scene. All right, so we add to scene. Not that I like it or anything, but arrange, download, and we say the camera slowly pushes and closer to his back. He begins to turn his head slightly to the right. Okay, it makes sense. If we say expand and we say Cinematic. So approaching gaze, a man standing in a dimly weather. What? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me go to revert. So if we try this one, is this one gonna fail? Because this one might fail, right? So let's go to here. Or it didn't fail. All right, let's leave it at that. I wonder why it failed the first time. Cool. So let's leave it at that, and then we will check it out again to see what happens from there. All right. So let's go to full screen, and we're going to get to work. So here is the dealio, right? Let me move this to the right spot. Give me a sec. Oh my God. Let me go to here, Thursday. All right, so let's go here. All right, so our goal for tonight for working on this Stream Deck Coach Countdown plugin, Junior, shout out to my guy Junior as always. He helped me realize that the sound effects for the timer is not going through to the computer. So I hear it on my end, but it doesn't play through the computer, or through the audio, whatever. So it's not getting into OBS to play to you guys. So we're gonna fix that first, and then we're gonna style our Stream Deck plugin. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to this screen. By the way, Junior, did you notice that we didn't have any of that buffering thing that we used to have? Like my CPU is sorry, I just saw the results of the generation, and it's garbage. I'm so mad right now. Anyway, I'm sorry. All right. But I think I fixed all of my CPU issues and my streaming issues once we get started. So we're in a good spot. We're in a great spot. I'll make a video about the changes that I made so that if anyone else is having that issue with their OBS settings, they can get that fixed up. But it works great, right? But I am going to start up our first 20 minutes. You're not going to hear the sound effects. You're hear it a little bit. It's going to come through my mic, but you're not going to hear it how you should hear it. But we're going to work on fixing that. All right. And I'm going to open up WebStorm. We're going to go to Coach Countdown. So there is our Coach Countdown application, and we are going to pull up Kilo Code in the building. And we are going to say, so it only costs us $1.81 to get this working. Oh my goodness, that is a steal. $1.81 to build this custom OBS, not OBS, custom Stream Deck plugin. All right. So, and I'm also going to pull up my Stream Deck over here. So you see this counting down. And if I go into here, you'll be able to see where I have the name, the duration, 20 minutes, and the start sound, and the end sound. And we discussed a few more options that we could have on this, where like we have like a hard-coded time of what time to make a sound at. But for now, we just need to get that sound going through. So we're gonna go to here, and I'm going to say debug, and we're going to say when I press the button on the Stream Deck, the timer starts, and it plays back a sound. However, the sound is not being passed through to the Stream Deck, I guess I would say. I hear it on the computer, but when using OBS, it's not seeing the sound as coming or as playing through the Stream Deck. All right. I'm trying, hopefully it understands what I mean, but what, all right, so what I'm going to say is on the Stream Deck, if I was to use a, play audio from the soundboard, if I was to use the Stream Deck plugin play audio, the sound would show up in OBS as playing through, or the sound would be captured in OBS through the Stream Deck application. And what I mean by that is if I go to, where do I do that? I'm in vertical. If I go to, so in OBS, when I say properties, so audio application audio capture, and I would say application would be Stream Deck, right? So that's where I wanted to I wanted to play the audio from the Stream Deck, but when I press the button, it's not coming through Stream Deck. Let's see. So we want to do, the sound would be captured in OBS as playing through, right? So that is what we need this button to do, or this plugin to do. Let's see what it says. Because if we can get that part working, then we'll be in business that way. All right. Oh, let me pop this out as well. I'm gonna go to here so you can see it better. I'm gonna move this over here. Let's close out that. All right, cool. So actually, I'm not even using this part. So I just go this way. All right, so analyze code and countdown. Determine if Elgato Stream Deck supports audio playback directly. It should. Investigate alternative audio playback methods that might route through Stream Deck application. Verify if play sound is indeed spawning a child process. Almost certainly yes. Formulate a fix. Likely change how audio is played. All right, so let's see. Read through the specs. Verify if play sound is going through. So okay. So that's interesting. So if it's making a separate process, that's why I wouldn't be running through the Stream Deck plugin. So let's run this. So right now it's reading through, or it's looking through the Stream Deck documentation. But I think it should be possible though. I'm pretty sure it should be possible. Let's see. But it's, And if it doesn't, if we can't get it to flow through the Stream Deck, then we need to find another way of getting it to go through, which would suck. But there would still be a way to do it. We'll just have to, let me see something. Let's see if we go to, if we go in here, right? Is there one for, there isn't one for, there isn't another one, another application or process for the stream for that sound. So what they're going to do is add logging for the audio. And I wish then there would be a way to call that play audio to still play it. All right, so it says, I diagnosed the likely cause. The plugin uses play sound library, which spawns a separate system process, AF play on a Mac, PowerShell on Windows. If you're using application audio capture in OBS targeted at the Stream Deck, it will fail to hear the audio because it's coming from a different temporary process ID, not the main Stream Deck app. I've added logs to audio service. Confirm this by printing the process ID of the audio player. Can you run the plugin and check the logs? You should see audio service spawned child process. Where would I find the log? Can you confirm if your OBS source is set to application audio capture targeting Stream Deck, or so it is targeting Stream Deck. I know that. If the diagnosis, we have a few options: change OBS setup, switch to desk. No. Virtual audio cable, route audio to a virtual device. OBS. No. SDK investigation. I can dig deeper to see if there is any way to force the Stream Deck app itself to play the sound via hidden HTML5 audio if the plugin runs in a web view context, though this is Node.js plugin runs separately. That would be the best bet. I am using application audio capture for Stream Deck. Just do that. And let me see if I can. So what we're going to do, we are going to go over to Stream Deck. We're going to go to, let's go to page 6. And we are going to do count. By the way, you saw I added like coach countdown by TechCoachRalph. So we're going to do counter. And we are going to do duration. Let's do 10-second duration. And we are going to do test timer. Put that at the bottom. And we are going to say start sound. And let's go here. And we're going to go to let's do that. All right. So now if we were to do, I didn't hear any sound. Why didn't I hear any sound? Oh, there we go. I didn't press it. All right. So okay, there we go. So now, I say that all right. Okay, the logs I added to confirm that it's a separate child process because the audio is coming from a temporary system PID. Not that seems like it. That doesn't seem like a good number. OBS application capture ignores it since Stream Deck SDK does not provide a native API to play audio through the main application. You cannot force the audio to come through the Stream Deck. You have two solutions to fix this. Change OBS audio capture. No. I don't like that at all. I'm gonna go. That's not a good answer to me. I don't like that answer. Let's go to I just did a test. Can you check the logs again? I don't know where the logs are stored. Actually, let me see if there's, let me go over here. Are there any logs in here? I don't know where they're getting the logs from. Oh, logs over here. And let me open this up in another window. Find and file. Oops, not that. Let's do open in Finder. And let's go here. And in Finder, 833 would have been the latest one. I think my timer stopped too. So if we go down to PID, what is the log that you added? The log that you added was audio playback. I don't see that log in here. I do not see that log in there. Maybe if I try a different one. I don't see the log in the logs. I don't see the log audio playback started. Let's see what's going on. And it looks like my timer stopped anyways because it was. So what we'll do, because our timing is going to be off, we will just do another 8 minutes. I don't even know how long we've been going for. 8 times 60 would be 480. 480 seconds? Yeah. I just do. The timer doesn't even matter because we're probably going to end up changing it anyways. Let's go to, so we'll say at 8:42 we will take our first break because Senator Bernie Sanders, feel the burn, decided to he wants to join the stream tonight. So we're going to be looking to Senator Bernie Sanders for AI advice. All right. I've updated the code to write to a file named Audio Debug in the plugin's root directory. Please run the plugin action, press the button on your Stream Deck, and then look for Audio Debug. All right, so let's go to, where's 6? Let's go to 6, and we're going to say, and now, do we have an audio debug log, or do we need to restart the whole thing? Let's say we do reload from disk. I don't see. All right, so let me exit and start because I believe it's supposed to automatically. All right, let me get out of here. Let's say quit Stream Deck. All right, let's try that again. I'm not seeing the latest stuff in there. Let's go to, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the logs. How can we make sure the Stream Deck is using the latest version of the plugin? Because we have to make sure that it's building it when changes are made. So, run. All right, so it wasn't writing it. So now we should be able to see it happening. Let's go to might have to stop it and start it over though. All right, let me stop the Stream Deck, start it over, and we will Stream Deck. Something just happened. Let's do they said in the root. Okay, there we go. So now we open this up and we take a look at audio playback 4.7 spawn child process, different from Stream Deck. What is the Stream Deck one? Okay, so okay, this is the all right. So I see the log file and the PID message. All right, so we got that. There we go. Let's see. That's what I check, right? I said I see it. But what are you doing? All right, so let's go build it again. All right, so it's confirmed the issue. I read the diagnostic, so your code can stay clean. You are using okay. Furthermore, the native action runs inside the main Stream Deck application, so OBS hears it. This plugin and all Node.js Stream Deck plugins run on a separate process node. Furthermore, the library this plugin uses, play sound, spawns a third process, a system command like afplay on Mac to actually play the file. Your log file confirmed that a separate process is being spawned for every sound because this is coming from a temporary system process, not Stream Deck. Audio capture ignores it. Change it to desktop, advanced audio routing. Ooh. I don't like that at all. I am going to ask it to do a little bit more investigation as it had tried to suggest, and then we're going to go to break, right? So I'm going to say it doesn't make sense. I'm going to say Can you do a little more investigation into this? All right. Let's do that. And I'm going to do ask. All right, so let's send that off and then we'll see what happens. All right, we shall see what happens. But let's go to break, let it do its thing, and we are going to we're going to feel the burn. Let me check the chat. Let me check the chat first to see if there's anything in the chat before we go over to our dear friend Senator Bernie Sanders. Let's see. Junior says it did nothing. Yep, that's expected. We're gonna try to see if we can get it to go through. If not, I don't want to do share system audio because that means anything that the computer plays, it'll play back onto. That's why I was targeting Stream Deck, but we would never have the audio issue anymore. So I'll have to find another solution if we can't do it that way. Says yes, in the beginning it was normal. By the way, see the timer. Can the timer be shown on the screen for everyone to see it also? The answer is it's possible. And I was thinking about that today to make it optional where it could possibly, because OBS does have a timer, like there's a plugin for OBS for timers where it'd be like a scene. So, because I used to show the timer where I was thinking, you know what, we can make it optional to, if you press the button, it could trigger the OBS scene that's going to start the timer. So it would interact with an additional plugin, but not necessarily. We can research that to see what we could do. We can research that to see what we could do with that. So that's up for investigation. Let's see, but I think it would be possible, but I'd rather get this sound thing working first. So we shall see about that. All right. Let's get to our very, very first break time topic. Let me see. Do I have it right? Yes. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. I thought I updated it. Let me robo rabbits. Let's go to, I'm going to say, thought I had updated this. Bernie, good old Bernie Sanders, Senator. Let's put some respect on his name. Senator Bernie Sanders weighs in on AI. Let's just go. How long is this one? Let's go pay on AI policy and usage. All right, let's go with that. Senator Bernie Sanders weighs in on AI. I know you guys can't wait to see what Senator Bernie Sanders has to say about AI. So I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. We're just going to jump right into our good old friend, Senator Bernie Sanders. Feel the burn. Let's get to it.
Thanks for joining me. Let us be clear. AI and robotics are the most transformative technologies in the history of humanity and will have a profound impact on the lives of every man, woman, and child in our country. Just a few points that we need to be thinking about. One, who is aggressively pushing these technologies? Well, surprise, surprise.
Let me guess. It is the millionaires and the billionaires aggressively pushing this AI. I am not a millionaire. I am not a billionaire, but I am also aggressively pushing this AI. But let's see. That's my guess. What does the poly market say? What are the odds he's going to say it's the oligarch? Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. It's the tech oligarch, the billionaires, the millionaires, Elon Musk. Let's see what he has to say.
It happens to be the very wealthiest people on earth, people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, Bill Gates, and other multi-billionaires.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I know. How did I guess? who he was going to put the blame on for it's other multi-millionaires, billionaires, and now even a potential trillionaire. Yep.
So here is a very simple question I'd like you to think about. Do you believe that these guys, these multi-billionaires, are staying up nights worrying about what AI and robotics will do to the working families of our country and the world?
I think that the CEO of Anthropic, because he's always talking about what it's going to do. Do I think that they're staying up late at night worrying about what it's going to do? No, I do not. But do I care? The answer is also no, I do not, because I don't care about other people worrying or thinking about me. I think and I care and I worry about myself and how I'm going to move, how I'm going to adjust. So, yeah.
Well, I don't think so. I think that these
I also, here's another question though. Do you think that Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, who's the Mike Johnson, whoever is the Senator Thune from the Republican side, AOC, whoever, do you think while AOC was in Puerto Rico dancing, chilling, spending $50,000 at a Bad Bunny concert, that she was staying, like, while she was dancing at the concert, do you think she was thinking about you? Do you think that she was really thinking about you and how you were going to pay your bill? Maybe, you know what? Maybe here. My bad. Let me stop. Actually, that is where they think best on, you know what? While I'm dancing to Bad Bunny, what? Oh, I know why. Give me a second. Let me fix that. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Junior. We'll have that happening. Let's go here. Terminal. There we go. This is where they think best. They're thinking about, you know what? While they're dancing, Senator Bernie Sanders, Representative AOC, Mike Johnson, all of them, right? While they're dancing to Bad Bunny, that's how they think best on how are you going to survive in the age of AI? I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? So.
very rich men want even more wealth and even more power. And for a whole bunch of reasons, that is very dangerous. Number two, what will AI and robotics mean economically for the working class of this country? Well, don't listen to me. Listen to the people who are developing those technologies. Elon Musk recently said, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end quote. Bill Gates predicted that humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, warned that AI could lead to the loss of half of all entry-level white-collar jobs. Question: if AI and robotics eliminate millions of jobs and create massive unemployment, how will people survive if they have no income? And I don't want to break the bad news to you. I know it won't shock you, but very few members of Congress are seriously thinking about this.
I'm shocked. I can't believe he said that. Didn't I just say that nobody? No, it's not very few. It's not very few. It's zero. Nobody in Congress, nobody in the executive branch, nobody in the judicial branch, nobody in your local government gives two flying about you. And that's why I tell you that stop depending on the government to care or do anything for you. You have to strategize. You need to adapt. They always say that, oh, millions of people are going to lose jobs. Well, anytime a new innovation happens, millions of people lose jobs, right? But they adapt, they change. They like we just spent we just spent time. I spent like a good portion of the weekend coming up with these presentations for the forward deploy engineer, for the machine learning platform engineer, for the AI agent engineer, and we're gonna have another one next week as well. So nobody cares about you. Like if you guys can't get this through your mind, nobody cares about you. Like if your own family barely cares about you, what makes you think that these politicians who are broke, they were making like $30,000 a year, now they're becoming millionaires, they're spending $50,000 at concerts, they have private jets, private security, all this type of stuff, while you have absolutely nothing, and you think that they care about you? Give me a break. If you think that they care about you, then you are the definition of delusional, right? So Bernie Sanders does not care about. If he cared about you, why doesn't he open up one of his 5, 10, 20 homes to you? Why doesn't he take you on his private jet? So it's really rich coming from any politician. Like it's just disgusting.
3, something I worry about a whole lot, and that is that millions of kids in this country are becoming more and more isolated from real human relationships and are getting their emotional support from AI.
That's just called bad parenting at that point. Like, because before AI, it's so stupid. Before AI, right? Before AI, these kids were getting raised by their video games, by their phones, by their video games, phones, TV. So it's not AI.
Think for a moment about a future when human beings are not interacting with each other and are spending virtually all of their time with devices instead of people.
That's already happening. That is already happening. So like that's been happening for a very long time. Ever since, I mean, you can even say it started off with the radio, and then TV, and then CDs, music. Like once the headphones got invented, the Walkman, every single thing that we have done has led to less human interaction. So you can miss me with, oh, AI is doing this. No, AI just furthers the deterioration that we have already gone down. All right. Now the question is, are you going to be using it? Because most people use stuff for unproductive means. YouTube is a great mean of communication. X is a great mean of communication. Facebook is a great mean of communication. But what do people use it for? People use it for the worst things possible. Like you'll see like some of the nastiest, some of the meanest things on these platforms. Right, beloved brother Rod Brown talks about it on his streams every Wednesday about the thing, like the tools that have been that we create, how we use them in negative ways, right? And he's exposing our toxic culture. That's why I love Brother Beloved's channel, because he's exposing our toxicity. But leave it to the politicians to talk about to blame the tools instead of blaming the people. That is their bread and butter. Ban this, cancel that.
Is that the kind of future you want? Well, not me. Needless to say, there.
All right. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe all right, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. All right.
Is a whole lot about AI and robotics that needs to be discussed, needs to be analyzed. But one thing is for sure: this process is moving very, very quickly, and we need to slow it down. We need all of our people involved in determining the future of AI, and not just a handful of multi-billionaires. That is why, for a start, I will be pushing for a moratorium on the construction of data centers that are powering this unregulated sprint to develop and deploy AI. This moratorium will give democracy a chance to catch up with the transformative changes that we are witnessing and make sure that the benefits of these technologies work for all of us, not just the wealthiest people on Earth. Thank you very much.
So, feel the burn. Bernie Sanders wants to put a moratorium on the development of data centers to combat AI. Well, here's why here's why that's a terrible idea, right? Because the internet is global. Data centers are global. So if the government tries to regulate the expansion of AI out of existence, right? If they listen to, because the government, here's the reason why they want to regulate, because they want money. The government wants to take money from, they want to have a vested interest, like not they want to have a stake, right? But here's what happens if we feel the burn, Bernie Sanders idea to put a moratorium on building data centers. Here's what all right. So if I was Jensen Huang, if I was Sam Altman, if I was Elon Musk, if I was Sundar Pichai, I always forget, Pichai. If I was Mark Zuckerberg, if I was Bill Gates, here's what I would do, right? If the federal government was to meddle in my affairs, right? Because guess what? X is accessible across the entire world. YouTube is accessible, like this live stream is accessible across the entire world, maybe even in outer space, right? Maybe someone at the Space Center is watching us right now. And if you are, I truly appreciate it, right? But here's what I would do. If I was one of these billionaires and these millionaires and the tech oligarch, right? I would say, okay, cool. I can't build data centers in the US because there's a moratorium. Well, let me call up the president of Mexico and like, hey, Mrs. Claudia Sheinbaum? I forgot her last name, but hey, Madam President of Mexico, I want to invest $10 billion into your country. And because I need data centers, and my beloved government does not want me to invest or to build data centers. So they want me to put the investment in there. So I want to build 10 data centers, which is going to cost about $100 billion. And I want to hire Mexican workers, I want to hire Mexican construction workers, contractors, engineers, and I want to buy up this land, maybe rent it from you, whatever, and I will give you guys this much percentage of whatever, right? So, and I would go to Mexico, I would go to Guatemala, I would go to El Salvador, all these places, right? And boom, build over there in a heartbeat. And being that the internet is global, I would even go to these islands, right? And put my data centers over there and get you know what? I would hire machine learning platform engineers from there, architects from there, like, to manage the data centers, all of that. And I would go to all these other countries around them, and I would make you suffer, right? And that's how I believe you should treat these meddling politicians. And that's why they hurt us. It's not these companies that hurt us. They hurt us because they put these policies in place where they send these jobs to other countries. That's what happens in a heartbeat. Because at the end of the day, it's just business. It is just business. You want to block us from building and from growing and from creating new jobs? Well, fine. I'll give those new jobs to somebody else. And there you have it. That's how I do it. If I was one of these tech oligarchs and the billionaires and the millionaires and now potentially the trillionaires, that's what I would do. I'll fine, no problem. I'm gonna go take myself over there and build and make their countries great. And then now you're still going to be using my AI, but you're not going to get all the benefits of it. Government gets no money. There's no jobs. and now you really see how it feels, right? That's just me. That is just me. Let me know if you agree with Bernie Sanders and his take on putting a moratorium on building data centers in the United States, or if you with me, where you know what, let's maybe the politicians understand AI, see the potential, see the job shift, because we're always trying to stop instead of seeing what the potential is. I look for potential. I look for where we need to pivot, all the different opportunities, because guess what? YouTube has created millions, maybe billions of content creators, provided other sources of income, the same way Uber Eats, the same way regular Uber, DoorDash. They have created so many more work opportunities, business opportunities. But if we were to say we're not going to allow Uber because of the taxis, then a bunch of people would be priced out of the market because they can't afford a medallion. They can't become a taxi driver. But now we have a bunch of taxi drivers who use their own car. They don't have to get their car painted yellow, work for a company. They work for themselves through Uber. So I don't listen to politicians because 99% of the time, they know absolutely nothing about what they're talking about. Nothing. Put a 80-something-year-old guy telling me about AI and stuff like that, and some tech more. Give me a freaking break, all right?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I'm sorry. I get really passionate and annoyed when these type of conversations happen, all right? So I apologize. Let's get back to the chat and then we'll get back to work, right? Because I just had a moment. I apologize. Brother beloved, please forgive me for my rant. And I'm gonna do better, all right? Junior, please forgive me. I'm gonna do better, all right? And thank you, Junior, for letting me know that the sounds weren't coming through. When I closed, we're working on sounds tonight, so it's gonna be a little messed up. Junior, see, I didn't want to say it. I did not want to say it. Junior says, this man has 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel. He needs to shut up and go eat ice cream like good old Joe. You know what? Junior, I am not going to let you do that, all right? I am not going to let you age shame good old Senator Bernie Sanders.
How dare you?
You guys, yeah, you have some nerve to call this man old. You basically just offed them, and that's not nice. That is not nice, all right? My son like to say, that's not nice. That was not nice, Junior. While it may be true, I'm not going to say if it's true or not, but while it may be true, most likely, it's true. But I'm not going to say it. That was not nice. That was not nice, all right? I'm just saying. And he says, yes, kids have been on their game console for a long time, exactly. And Brother Beloved says, I am on my game console right now because I got 2 weeks off. That was really good. You got me on that one. That was really good. I'm just saying, dude, you gotta be, you know what? You gotta be nice to these senior citizens, all right? Because respect your elders, okay? And he is elderly with a capital E and a capital Y, all right? So, I mean, when my parents try to tell me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, is that what your other friends told you? That's so. I'd be like this.
So that was cute.
I'd be like that. Sorry, I'd be like, hold on, where are you?
So that was cute.
That's how I see it. No, that was cute. All right. Anyways, let's get it back to another working segment. I'll press the thing, but it's probably not gonna work. But let's do it. Let's do it. If we can't get this to work, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed. Let's go to here and let's see what it's saying. I have investigator suggestion. It's not possible to use a hidden HTML5 audio player with the current plugin architecture to solve the OBS isolation issue. Node.js architecture. Your plugin is built using the newer Node.js SDK. Manifest code path points to bin plugin.js. This means the plugin runs as a headless background process. It has no window, no DOM, and no HTML capabilities, so it cannot create an audio tag. Property inspector. The only web view, the only part of your plugin that is web-based is the property inspector. We could technically send a message to the inspector to play a sound. Critical limitation, the inspector only exists while you're clicking the action in the Stream Deck. As soon as you click away or close the Stream Deck window, the web view is destroyed. Therefore, your button would not play while you are streaming unless you kept the setting window open and selected that specific button forever. All right. Older Stream Deck plugins could be purely HTML5.js. These did have a persistent background page. However, even if we rewrote the entire plugin, it runs a Qt. It runs in a Qt web engine, which also a separate process from the main Stream Deck. There is no guarantee. Let's see. If we were to switch, to desktop, and then everything is gonna play. Let me think, because I don't want the whole desktop to be playing sound. Let's start. So let's think. Is there any way that we could have the way it is currently playing audio push to have a persistent application that we could capture in OBS? The reason I am hesitant to use desktop audio is because it will capture all audio from the desktop, which may play something we don't want to come through the Stream Deck. Let's see what that does. This really. While we're doing that, I'm also going to go into Gemini, and I'm going to see. While it's doing that, I'm gonna say that we are facing a limitation where the audio is not being captured in as part of the Stream Deck application, causing the sound not to play back via OBS when using sound application capture. Is there any way to have the plugin play through OBS or a specific / persistent application. I'm going to send that off, and I'm also going to go back over here to see what it's talking about over here. So it says that Keto wants to switch. All right, so Swift to C version. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Is it trying to create a Mac app as part of it? Design and implement a persistent audio helper architecture. Huh. So it's going to create a Swift file to do that? That is different. So if we do that, is it going to end up creating an application called Audio Helper? But they would have to capture that one too, I suppose. So while that's happening, let's take a look at over here. And it says you're hitting a classic Mac OS audio isolation issue. The Stream Deck software and your plugin outputs audio to system default. OBS is on Mac is finicky. Yeah, it is. It often fails to hook into the background Node.js process because they don't have a standard window that on the Mac OS Windows exposes. Since you're building a custom plugin, you have to the OBS native approach. Instead of plugin playing, make the plugin to OBS to play audio. What? Create a media source. Timer in sound. Load your sound file. Uncheck the loop and check restart. Yes. Blah. I don't like that. In your plugin, install OBS WebSocket.js. Connects the local OBS instance. When the timer is 0, send a command to OBS to momentarily enable the media source. If you want the plugin to handle the audio itself so it works even without OBS open, you need to force the audio to a specific virtual cable like black hole or loopback that OBS can listen to. Yeah. Standard macOS terminal commands cannot easily select an output device. You need a smarter player. Install the CLI player. Allows you to select a specific audio driver or audio device. Install Black Hole. I've used Black Hole before, and it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't want no extra audio drivers. So uncheck loop. Restart playback when source becomes active. Huh. So I'll think about that one. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what it did over here. So it created a Swift file. So design and implement a persistent audio architecture. Okay. Swift C countdown. And implement IPC input output to send play commands to the helper. Let's try that. Let's build a plugin. We have 10 minutes left. Roll up. What does that mean? Let's see. So I think it's creating a native Mac thing, but if we do that, I wonder how it works on Windows. I have the plugin to be this ends. I don't like building on Windows, but because Junior and Rod Brown use Windows, I always have to build Windows. All right, so implemented. All right, so let's see what happens. So it says What did they do? Created a native. I have successfully implemented a persistent audio helper to solve your audio capture issues. Created a native helper audio helper. I wrote a small Mac application in Swift Countdown that acts as a persistent audio player. Compile the helper. The application has been compiled to do that. The plugin code has been rewritten to spawn this audio helper process once when the plugin starts. Keeps the process alive in the background. Sends play command to it whenever you press a button. Why this fixes it? Because the audio helper process stays alive and is a single identifiable application. OBS can now capture it directly. Restart Stream Deck. You must restart the Stream Deck software for the new plugin code to load. Trigger a sound. When you press the button, you ensure audio helper process is launched. And I wish you could get all sounds to go through that audio helper. Go to your application audio capture source in OBS. Look for the new application. So let me check first in sorry. So we have 7 minutes left on the timer. So what I'm going to do, I am going to kill Stream Deck. I'm going to say quit. And we are going to open it back up. And uh-oh, something ain't right. Double click. Let me see. Count down. So if I go here, let's say we do 480, I'll do 420. And for now, we will do, let's just test it out this way. End sound, we'll test it out with let's go with this one. And we will say test timer for now. Drop that under here. And if we go to, so we have a couple of competing interests here. So if we say, it is not working. They go here, here. I got this, but it's not working. Something's not right. Now, when you press the button, you will hear a sound play. Let's go here. Let's go back over here. Okay, so it's not working. So we'll stop at, so when I press the button, nothing happens. The OBS button shows a yellow warning sign. Although I can still configure the button. So let's go with that. And let's see what happens. We'll take our next break at 9:30. But something is not working. Wants to see, all right, so go to debug mode. Let's see. Run. I wonder if the audio helper did that. because it should be running in the background. Let me see if we have it, if it's showing up on the, it's not showing up in the available applications to capture. It's always fun. It's like something so minor is what's going to derail everything. What did you do? So debug, so check execution permissions for audio helper, re-add. All right, so we're doing the logging again. Let's build that. All right, let's go to press the button if it still shows you. All right, so we're gonna do quit Stream Deck, and we are going to press the button. Yeah, it still shows yellow. If we go to, is it this one? Open that. 4105. Wait, what? I don't know what time this is using. No, that's old. I'm not seeing. All right, hold on. Restart the button. Audio. 8:47. The time looks weird. Hold on, let me press it again. Let's do, yeah, I'm not seeing anything added to the logs. The log shows failed to start. Let me do, let me try to delete this altogether. Delete, refactor. And let me close again. Quit Stream Deck. Stream Deck. And we open it. I'm going to just do another timer. Countdown. Drop that over here. Replace. Let's say 10. I'm just going to do one to start. Whatever. And we're going to go with here, and we are going to say run. Yep, same thing. But I don't think I'm not getting anything in the logs. So it says I'm not getting any logs after pressing the button, and it still shows the warning sign. So something broke it. Investigate why logs are missing. Plugin process might be crashing immediately on startup. Maybe. Run the build. Something is something is stopping it. But I wonder what would be doing that. Well, the logs will tell us. Maybe when it's trying to run that Swift thing. All right, let's see. Run it again. All right. Fix potential crashes, added execution permissions, added robust. All right. So they said to restart, quit Stream Deck. Okay, so that fixed something. And now let's go to give it a, before I do that though, let me check if I have audio. I don't see it. Let me press it, see what happens. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Let's go here. I don't hear any sound on my end. And I don't see audio helper popping up. All right, so added the execution permission to the new helper, add robust. All right, so let's go to audio log, audio binary not found. All right, so I didn't hear the sound. And all right, so let's say when I press, let me try it again. So I'm not hearing the sound at all, even on my end. So, okay, so here we go. The yellow sign is gone. So the log file exists. The yellow warning is gone and the countdown works, but no sound plays at all. Here are the logs. Let's go with that. All right, 9:31. We are going to take a break. We will come back to we will do one more segment. We're going to let it do its investigation. We're going to get to our next break, and then we will figure out what's going on. Hopefully we can get this to work, because this would be really, really cool if we can get a, let me do build, if we can get another, like, if we can figure it out. That's the main goal, right? So let's go to break. I'm going to make sure we recapture the Stream Deck so we have sound, but we're making progress. Sometimes you guys take a step back to take a few steps forward, take 2 steps back, take 1 step forward. But either way, we will get this to work a way that at least works for me. That's my goal. All right. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we will go to our next topic. Here says, my license plate cover on my BMW says that respect, put some respect on the name of your elder. Shout out to my guy Junior. Where's the sound that I want? Let's go with. All right, let me see if I updated this one. This one says, nope, I did not update it. So we're going to be talking about OpenAI. Let me update it. I don't know why. I thought I could have sworn I updated this, but let's go ahead and update this title now. Oops, where are we? We are here. Let's say OpenAI and Amazon in talks for 10 billion chip investment. Let's go with that. How does that one look? Good enough. All right, cool. So OpenAI and Amazon are in talks for $10 billion chip investment. Right after Senator Bernie Sanders, Phil the Burn, says, let's put a moratorium on data center development. OpenAI and Amazon said, hold my, you guys remember they tried to sue Google, and Google, see how they got out of that one, right? So let's go over into this video from Bloomberg about OpenAI, Amazon teaming up the same way that Google and Meta teamed up, or planning to team up, and Google teaming up with Replit. Let's see what's going on, and let's see if Bernie Sanders can stop them.
This is another mega deal involving OpenAI. What do we know about it?
Yeah, there are a lot of deals going on in AI right now, and OpenAI really is at the heart of so many of them. So OpenAI has been, Sam Altman and OpenAI have been diversifying their suppliers in a number of key areas. In the chip space in particular, everybody is pretty dependent on NVIDIA. Of course, NVIDIA now the most valuable company in the world. Partly that's because everybody has to buy their chips to be able to train these AI models and mostly to run them so far. That's given them incredible margins, huge profits and revenue growth. So in this case, we're seeing Altman and OpenAI trying to diversify on the chips front, where they've looked at AMD, one of the competitors to NVIDIA in the past, and now they're talking with Amazon about using Amazon's chips within their operations too. That would probably bring their costs down a fair bit, and it makes it more competitive for NVIDIA.
What chips do Amazon have? Let's take a look at that real quick. What chips do Amazon? Do they have their own chips? So Amazon. Amazon sells many snack chips, not the one that we're looking for. We're looking for, okay, they have the Graviton. So what technology chips? So Amazon Web Services, they have developed several custom technology chips under the Annapurna Labs business to optimize its services and offer cost. So yeah, I know of Graviton. So they have AWS Trainium. These chips are designed specifically for training large, deep learning and generative AI models. So that might be the one that OpenAI is investing in. Trainium for the latest generation, Trainium 2, the first generation. They have AWS Infertia. These chips are optimized for high performance, low latency inference, running already trained AI models. Okay, so the Trainium trains the models. The Infertia, they run the trained models. They have the AWS Graviton. I think we use some of those at work. These are general purpose servers, CPU based for ARM architecture, designed to deliver better price performance for a broad range of cloud work compared to x86 based instances. More than 50,000 AWS customers use Graviton chips. They have AWS Nitro. This is a combination of chips including AWS Nitro security chips and hypervisor that offloads virtualization functions to dedicate hardware, improving security and performance of EC2 instances. And they have Oclot, which is a prototype quantum computing chip designed for testing quantum errors correction architecture, developed by researchers at the AWS Center for Quantum Computing. Damn, they have a lot. While Amazon develops its own chips and maintains a strong partnership with NVIDIA and continues to offer a wide range of instances powered by NVIDIA GPUs, H200, GH200 to its customers. The upcoming Trainium 4 chip is even expected to support NVIDIA technology to work alongside its hardware. That is amazing. And this is why I like to, after we get past all the politicians talking about stuff they don't know, I like to see the technology that's moving forward and why OpenAI would be teaming up with Amazon. And that's because they have a bunch of different chips that can optimize OpenAI's processes, right? So I wish OpenAI would go public so I could like them more, but being that they're private, I like them less. It's just because I'm not invested in them. So I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest.
All right, let's get back to the video.
NVIDIA to be able to bid and get its chips into the OpenAI data centers.
But so, what does this mean for Amazon's AI chip ambitions? Because this is something that they've also highlighted.
They've been trying to push this very hard. Amazon, of course, is the leader in cloud computing services, the traditional variations that we saw before AI services. Now you're seeing a lot of competition in AI cloud services in particular, and Amazon is a step behind. They're trying to use their chips, the Trainium chips, to be able to catch up a bit. They think that that's a valuable.
That's why, you see, all right, how many people do you think, right? Because, all right, so in our first break, Senator Bernie Sanders said, how many of these EVs tech billionaires, the tech oligarch, do we think stay up late at night, like let's say around 3 o'clock in the morning, where they're thinking about what the working man or woman is going to be, how AI is going to affect their lives, which it's probably already affected their life for the better. But what I like to do is when we're watching these videos, reading these articles, and we see, okay, Amazon is trying to offer chips to OpenAI. now we just on the spot we do the research. So how many people do we think when they hear of some type of new technology, some type of new feature that let's take a poll here, right? When they hear some new technology, do they A, immediately go for it's the devil and don't use it? Or B, do they research, okay, what are they talking about? What are these chips that Amazon offers? And then we have to be a little bit more specific because it might tell us Frito-Lays or Pringles and stuff like that. So we like technology chips. And then it's, oh, Trainium. So now when this guy, he mentions AWS Trainium chips, we're like, oh, we just read that. The Trainium chips are used to train models, and the Inferia chips are used to run the models that already been trained, right? So now we have that context, we have that knowledge that we can move forward with, you know? But immediately we see something that we don't know and we look into it, as opposed to, oh no, this is bad, and AI is going to destroy our lives and all this type of stuff. You know what? If that's the case, then our lives have been destroyed from a very, very long time ago. The first hint of technology, our lives were destroyed, all right?
Will offer for a lot of the AI companies out there, and they think that this would be, a significant step. Being able to get OpenAI to be able to buy these chips would be a big step forward for them.
In China, another homegrown chip company having a hugely successful IPO. What do we know about MetaX?
Yeah, not to be confused with Meta, the company in California. This is MetaX. It's a chip company that just went public in China, and you're seeing some incredible stories within the Chinese chip space, speaking of competition in AI chips. So MetaX went public. Its shares went up almost 700%. Its market cap is now $47 billion.
MetaX? What? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. MetaX? Who is MetaX? Let's go. MetaX technology or semiconductor? Let me see. Chinese chip maker goes public with strong debut. MetaX soars 700% in debut as China AI chips push lures investors. What? All right. So, MetaX soars nearly 7%. All right. Let me see. Are they primarily based Chinese company? Because when you invest in these foreign companies, then it's let me see. MetaX. Why is this crypto? It's Meta tokenized stock. No, that's not the one that we want, is it? Let me zoom out a little bit. MetaX. South China Morning Post. Do they have a ticker? Can you only invest in it? All right, so if we say MetaX public trading in US, the company recently had its initial public offering on the Star. Okay, so it's public only in China. U.S. access due to regulations and the nature of the listing. U.S. retail investors cannot directly purchase shares from MetaX on major U.S. exchanges like the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange. The company remains privately held from U.S. investment perspective prior to the potential future U.S. IPO. Okay, got it. All right. I like to do my research. When I hear they soared 700 in this tech company in China, that battle, I'm with it because now China forces us to be better. We force China to be better. And that means we get to run it up. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this video.
So it's a big company. It's significant, and most of us have never heard of it before. This comes just shortly after another company, More Threads, went public and also reached a valuation of about that level. So I think it shows the intense retail investor interest in these kinds of chip companies within China because they know that most NVIDIA chips cannot be sold into China at this point. There's a big opportunity for local players to be able to supply the local market and make some big revenue from it. The multiples on these stocks, though, are kind of out of this world, much higher than NVIDIA's.
Peter, I mean, it was almost like a year ago that we heard about DeepSeek, and people in the know really knew about it, but some of
that is true because it was about a year ago, because I remember earlier this year I wanted to use DeepSeek to try some stuff out, and everybody was like, no, it's China, it's not safe, I don't trust it. So And I never had a need to use DeepSeek afterwards. But it has been about a year, because I think I might have first heard of it on Talk That Tech with Joseph and Trey on Monday mornings. So it has been about a year. Wow. And look how much further we've gotten since DeepSeek came out. That's crazy.
Like, the common mortals hadn't really heard about it. What do we know so far about where China is with chips and AI?
Well, they're making progress. They're still very far behind, I'd say, on both of those.
Oh, snap. Meta X was founded by an ex-AMD employee? That is interesting. Is AMD a US? Let me see. Is AMD a US-based company? AMD US-based company, or is it like AMD? Yes, Advanced Micro Devices is an American multinational technology company. Interesting. That's interesting.
Fronts, particularly on chips. They have a long ways to catch up to NVIDIA. You've seen CEO Jensen Huang make the case that he wants to be able to sell more chips into China. He got the blessing to sell these H200 chips, but there's still a market there, and they're still quite a bit behind. On the AI services front, it's quite a bit different. DeepSeek, Alibaba, the other leaders within the China market are really taking the open source route. They're looking not so much at building these enormous data centers and trying to make a lot of money from those services. They want to do open source. They want to go lower cost route to be able to get AI integrated into business operations much more quickly. That, of course, is with the support and the blessing of the Beijing government.
So if AI is integrated into business operations, oh my God, this is the stuff that these politicians, they don't understand the marketing of these tech billionaires. And then when everything that I've done with AI, it can't do it itself. Like, it can write the code and stuff like that, as we've seen. But how many times we have issues? And at work on more significant platforms, you got to be very, very, very careful. AI is not replace. It's not. It might replace monotonous jobs the same way as Jensen Huang was talking about. Task-based jobs definitely gets replaced. So if your job is to flip burgers or shake the fries, that can be replaced, right? But jobs that require thinking, that require the AI of actual intelligence, not just artificial intelligence, it's not going to replace it.
But Peter, when you look at how they're trying to actually spur domestic demand for chips, I mean, is this going to be the big story for China in 2026, that this will be a success?
They're making progress, and this is a big policy debate in Washington right now, whether the Chinese domestic players, really led by Huawei Technologies, to be clear. Huawei is really the leader. There's a smaller company, Camericon, that is also competitive within that space, but they're going to be the leading providers. They need to have their chips manufactured by SMIC, which is kind of the TSMC of China. They're quite a bit behind TSMC, unfortunately, for those companies. So we'll see whether they're able to make progress. The argument from Jensen Huang and David Sachs in the White House is they're going to be forced to catch up on the domestic front if we don't supply them some of these chips, and that would taper their interest in buying domestic chips.
I think that I always say, when I hear these companies teaming up, and like, so we have like a Meta and Google, because Meta's not a, they are not a infrastructure company like Google is. So when I hear Google and Meta team up, I'm like, yes, that's awesome. When I hear Amazon and OpenAI team up, I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Because when Amazon sells their chips to OpenAI, my stocks go up. When Meta and when Google sells their chips to Meta and Meta's using their data centers or whatever, my stocks go up. When NVIDIA partners with whoever they partner with, my stocks go up. So I'm with it, and I love the competition. I want to defeat China. That's number one, right? But I want China to also push us, our tech industry, all of our industries, to work harder. That race of being the best, not only does it come from other people, it comes from other countries, it comes from other companies. That is the heart of competition. The same way that we can sit there and watch a football game, a basketball game, and seeing these two teams compete, we have to compete as people because we want to be the best. We want our companies, the company that we work for, we want them to have competition. And it should be our drive to destroy the other company. And this should be their drive to destroy us. so that it pushes us to see. The problem is a lot of people are lazy, right? They don't want to work for it, and it is what it is. You know, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. You cannot force or teach work ethic. Either you're going to be working every single day, doing those human flagpoles and flying to Riviera Beach, recording video or working on a BMW or a Toyota Corolla every single day, doing drone videos like my guy Junior Largy, right? Like my guy Junior Largy. Or you are going to take 2 weeks off like brother beloved Rod Brown.
Ain't believing us.
It's your choice. It is your choice what you're gonna do. You're gonna take 2 weeks off, or you're gonna go out there and get it, or you're gonna go out there and get it.
Get it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with Rod Brown. But he's not taking 2 weeks off. I denied the PTO request. Denied.
Bruh.
All right. Anyways, let me check the chat. Let me check the chat, and then we're gonna get back to work, working on this plugin. And yeah, it said snack chips because I forgot Amazon itself is the store Amazon and not. It wasn't talking about AWS. I should have said AWS chips, and that would have got me the right result. And you says, I would say most people ignore it and don't care. But if you tell them, oh, did you hear about what this person said about that person, or this breakup, or this reality show, they're going to jump right into it. They're going to go on YouTube. They're going to search it. They're going to Google it. They're going to go on WorldStar. How many views do you think WorldStar gets a day, right? But if you say, oh, OpenAI, because you use ChatGPT, how much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? If you see, most people don't know that OpenAI makes ChatGPT. So you say OpenAI, what's that? Who's that? If you say Sam Altman, who's Sam Altman? They don't know Elon Musk, of course, right? But they don't know Mark Zuckerberg, but Jensen Huang. A lot of people won't know who Jensen Huang is. They won't know who. What's Lisa Su, AMD CEO, right? To see what are they doing? They won't. You know what? My goal next year, I am going to jump on the I think they're quarterly. The calls that Tesla has, that NVIDIA has, that Meta has, to hear straight from the horse's mouth what's going on, right? Junior says, I'm editing video right now, and says they know all of the gossip. Exactly. All right. We are going to jump back into work. I'm just gonna do, I don't think the sound is working anyway, so let me just do this. Throw that up there so I can see it. But 20 more minutes. There's no sound playing right now. All right, so it says, pressing a button to work. So let's go over to here. And it says that I have identified a likely issue with the path resolution in the bundled plugin. The previous log showed undefined for the helper path. I have updated the code to use a more robust way to find the bin directory relative to the process currently working directory. So restart OBS, press the button. Check for the log. All right, so I'm going to restart Stream Deck. And we reconnect the sound. Although it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's go to properties. Press the button. So if I go to here, I go to here, and I am going to press the button. So the sound plays on my end, still not playing on your end. And we are going to check the log. And it is... Oh, sweet. So 52 helper processes. All right, so let's take a look at this right quick. So critical error, helper process is dead. Wait, 52. So 54, 52 helper process is dead, restarting. That was probably when I pressed the button. This button's here. Audio helper is not running or STD is not available. Resolved helper. Okay, audio helper. All right, so now attempting to spawn audio helper, successfully spawned, play requests is time. All right, oh, okay, so now if we go to here and where would I find audio helper though in this thing? So it's not here yet, which is a pity. If I do add audio input capture, no, not audio input capture. Let's do Mac audio capture and test timer. So I am, can I move that one? I can't move it. Let's go here. And if I go here, do we have, we don't have it here. All right. So we will say, when we ran it was here. All right, so it works. The log shows a valid path. Audio spawned successfully. Okay, so we have that. But we're not seeing the, all right, so maybe now it has some more work to do. Okay, so fix the resolution. Directory name might not be working as expected in the JS bundle. Use path.join. Okay. So I think we're just logging it at the moment. The log says critical error not found was extremely telling. It means the helper path was not set correctly. Wait is not, switch to the import meta URL. Resolve the path reliably, rebuild and retest. All right, so let's see that. What is the, so npm run. So let's build that. I think we're getting closer though. All right, so now fix the resolution path, verified, restart, press the button. Does it now show a valid path and say audio? Okay, so let's close that. Quit Stream Deck. And then we started back up. And I'm going to see if I can go to my 10-second one. And we're going to go and press that. And now, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's open that up. And we, ooh, okay. We got something happening. Let me double check this though. I still don't see, which I don't know if I should see it yet, but it worked. The log says audio help respond successfully. But I don't see the help. I don't, how do I, How do I find the helper though? See, that's the issue that we're having now. Like, because if I'm looking at over here, I don't see the actual helper yet. Or maybe I don't know where to find it. Let me see. I don't see it there. What are you doing? Are you taking the log out again? Okay. It's probably taking the log out again. I didn't want you to take the log out yet. Please restart Stream Deck. Does the log now show? All right, so logs are good. Sound. All right, so does the log now show? And so, okay, so might have to write something about this. Say we do quit Stream Deck. And we say, okay, it counts down. And we do so 50. No, that was too long ago. Hold on, what? So I verified the path, press, okay, so I can hear the sound when I press the button, but what should I choose for OBS to play the sound when choosing application capture? I don't see a audio helper application to choose. Let's try that. Not entirely sure. Let me recapture. Make sure it's not on the Stream Deck. Let me see. Nope, it's not doing it. So Kiddo wants to switch to code because I need to remove the debugging code. What are you finalizing? I said I'm not hearing it. That doesn't make any sense. Did you misunderstand? I said I can hear the sound when I press the button, but what should I choose? I don't see. Okay, so are you gonna answer my question? I don't know. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's see. What did you do? So why are you okay? But what about the sound though? I asked you about the sound. Why am I not hearing the sound? Let's go over here. Let's see. That's weird. It's removing the logs, which is okay. But why? I want to choose though. So logs are gone. I have fixed the path resolution, verified. Does the log now show a valid path? It's not. Let me see. Okay, so all right, created the native helper, wrote a small Mac OS application, compiled the helper, updated this. The plugin was rewritten into here. Spawn this audio helper process. Once the plugin starts, okay, keep the process live in the background. Send play commands to it whenever you press a button. Critical steps: restart, trigger a sound, press your button once to ensure the audio helper process is launched. Look for audio helper, just possibly look for. See, I don't see that. Now, when you press the button, your sound will play through the persistent audio helper app, and OBS will capture it every time. With so, all right, let's try to restart it. I don't know. Quit Stream Deck, and if we go to press the button. Okay, and then I don't see audio helper. Let me try to add a new one. Audio capture. Maybe it's not under audio capture. No, it has to be, because it has to be application audio capture. So let's do existing test timer. Oh, I already have a test timer in there. All right, let me get rid of this one. Let me double click that. See, I don't have audio helper there. So I'm going to say I don't have audio helper when going to application audio. Let me also check my, oops, not that. Let me check my processes to see if there is one called audio helper, which I do not see. I don't see one called audio helper, so that would be, well, no, wait. Audio would be, oh, there is audio helper right here. So I see audio helper. So that's good. I see audio helper in my processes, but I don't see audio helper in OBS. That is interesting. That is interesting. So I don't have audio helper when going to application audio capture in OBS, but when I check my activity monitor, monitor, I am able to see a process named audio helper. Let's see what that has to say. So that might be more of an OBS issue that's not getting updated. Let's see. All right, wants to switch to architect mode because I need to redesign the Swift helper to ensure it's visible to Mac OS Core Audio and OBS. A simple command line tool might not register as an application that OBS might see for an audio capture without a proper NSA application lifecycle. Okay, that is way out of my pay grade. Let's see. Update Audio Swift to be a proper agent app. Okay. I did not envision us going down this rabbit hole. I thought this was going to be, oh, quick and easy, just boom, and we are good to go. Oh, come on, don't do that. You exceed your current quota. Give me a break here. Retry. I gotta fix this quota thing on Google because. All right, let's see. I only spent like $5 today. All right, let's run that. So this should be registered as a proper agent, not a foreign agent. So maybe next week we'll get to making it look better. I did not, I thought this was going to be like a one prompt pony and then we'd like say, do this and then it's done. And we have ended up going way down a rabbit hole that I was not expecting. Come on. Stop with that. Just needed to finish the job. I got to figure out why it does that. After we get through this one, then we will get out of here. I had one more topic, but we'll save that for... What? Let's try one more time. If not, I'll just have it done and then like I'll create a new task to do it. Oh my goodness. All right, let's say start new task. And we know where this left off. Let me see. Let's go to, where's our last successful prompt? Let's go to terminate and we'll say Kilo got stuck when trying to fix this. Let's see if we can figure that out. Because I really don't want to go into next week working on this. I think we're like right because I can hear the sound. We just need the audio helper to be displayed in OBS. And once that is there, we can verify that that's working and we can call it a day. And then next week we can just focus on making it look nice. And we can even look into if we wanted the option to show the timer on OBS, what that would take. I know it would take setting up a scene with a timer on there, but not going to worry about that right now. So let's see, it's looking at the files. All right, so to ensure audio helper appears in OBS audio capture, we need to change the activation policy. Currently it's set to accessory, which hides it from the dock and often filters it out of application lists used by capture tools like that. Changing it to regular will make it appear as a standard application with a dock icon, which ensures visibility in OBS. I know what that means. I'll modify the Swift code to regular, run it. Once that compiles, and then I had no idea we were going to get into Swift today. And then next week, what I'll do is rename Audio Helper to something else, Countdown Player or something like that. I don't know, give it some better name. All right, so I have modified the activation policy. This change ensures the Audio Helper process appears a standard application, which required to be visible. I've also successfully recompiled Audio Helper. Restart Stream Deck or reload the plugin to ensure the audio helper binary is launched. Open OBS, check. Okay, so we are going to quit Stream Deck again. Quit Stream Deck. And I'm going to check OBS first to see if I see application helper. I do not see application helper. So we are going to press the button. All right, it's counting down. And then we are going to... All right, open that up again. I still don't see it. Open up OBS. You should see audio helper in the list. I do not. I don't see it in the list. Let me see if I try to add another one. Mac audio capture. I do another one. And we do application. I do not see it. Oh, that sucks. Let me check our here. And can I search in here? Let's see, audio helper. So there is an audio helper running right here. I am going to kill this. Right? Can I kill it? So I kill that. Force quit. And I do press the button again. And we have audio helper show up. And if I go over here, application, it's not there. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. I'm still not seeing audio helper in the capture list, in the audio capture list. By application list in OBS, although I see it in the activity monitor, but we're gonna leave it at that though. I'm disappointed. This should have been super duper easy to do, and it's not there. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. Let's go here. Application. I'll send it off, but I'm going to leave it at that though. We're going to wrap it up. We are going to wrap it up for tonight. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. It is what it is though. It is what it is. But I had one more topic, but we'll do that. We'll do that on Sunday. We'll go from there, all right? But check the chat, and then we're going to get out of here. We got my guy, MeMicify, in the building. What? Let me make sure this thing works. Let me make sure my sound is being captured. Let's go to here. All right, so we got MeMicify in the building. It says, good evening, sir. Hope all is well. Good evening to you, MeMicify. Hopefully you are doing amazing as well. And Rod Brown says, I'm editing video as well. Shout out to Rod Brown putting in that work. So I had to get on Rod Brown, and now he's like, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be editing. I'm not taking 2 weeks. Rod Brown, all right. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. How about you take 2 hours off? You can take 2 hours off, but not 2 weeks. Is that fair? Is that fair? Is that fair? You can take 2 hours off, right? Junior says, now we're talking, and Junior says, great show as always. Thank you so much, Junior.
I appreciate you.
We're going to leave it at that. We are going to leave it at that for tonight. Hopefully, I'm running this stuff. Hopefully, it just works. We'll find out. Next time, we'll do a little bit more investigation to this Google Flow. We are going to, and we'll see if this works. Hopefully, by Sunday, it works. Give me a second. This modified, so create a dummy nearby visible 1x1 pixel. This tricks. All right, I'm sorry. Let's just see if this actually worked, right? It says modified the audio helper dot swift to create a dummy nearly invisible 1x1 pixel window. This tricks the OS and OBS into recognizing audio helper as a fully fledged windowed application, which is often required for it to appear in the application audio capture. Recompile the binary with the changes, restart Stream Deck software to reload the plugin, and start and launch the new audio helper process. Open OBS, check the application. All right, so let's try it. Let's try it. So I'm gonna close this, and we're going to OBS. OBS, not OBS. We're gonna do Stream Deck, and we are going to do this one. Let me check the capture device. Let me press it first to kick it off. Okay, it's kicked off. Now I go to timer. Audio helper is there. Audio helper is there. Okay. So we have audio helper selected. Okay, and I am going to go to in advanced properties. We're going to find audio, test timer is what I named it. And we're going to say monitor off. Monitor off. So, okay, the monitor's off because, so let's go here and we're going to try it one more time. No, it's still not playing. Monitor off. Soundboard, monitor and output. Monitor off. Why is it not playing the sound though? Monitor only, mute output. Stream Deck has monitor off. Let's see what happens. No, nothing. Monitor and output. Nothing. So close, but nothing. Whatever. All right. I'll play with it a little bit and we'll see what happens. But we're making progress. We got the audio helper to show up. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm gonna get out of here. Reminder, tomorrow, the Bug Bite, we're going to be reviewing Anthropic's Claude Opal threatening a engineer about to reveal its affair that it was having. Crazy stuff. And Sunday, we're going to be going live with our what do you call it? The speech app, Scrum Night, all that good stuff. Remember, so TechCoach.dev, sign up, join us for all the festivities. Sign up to get the additional resources that I share for the different videos. And last but certainly not least, check out Purpose album, available on all streaming platforms. The link is pinned to the top of the chat and is in the description. To get it on your platform of choice, all that good stuff, right? But we are going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, watching me fail forward, but not forward enough. We'll figure it out next time, right? TechCoach, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. You just told me how to move. Watch this. Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was passive, man, that shit was see-through. Waited for your moment, that's what fake ones be, do. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just went and asked for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. This a full court present, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court present, I am all out focused. You ain't on my team, then you just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. You thought that burn would stop me, man, you got it backwards. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you handed me just taught me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court, press it, I am all out focused. Who ain't in my team, then you're just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. So I don't look around, I just look ahead. Every promise that I made to myself is fed. All focus, all gas, I ain't gotta brag. I don't care about your feelings or your new mistake. You made your choice, and now I'm making mine. My purpose is the only thing I see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust. Turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down, man, you should've learned to ride. Full court present. All focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah. Locked in. Purpose.